Sorry, pal. We're out of gas and your engine is boiling. Let's see if we can fix you up here. We'll be back on the road in no time. Stranded in the middle of nowhere. Tiny rock gas station. A beacon in the dark. Out of gas. And the engine is overheated. Not a chance. I need to find some gas and engine coolant first. Terra Incognita Scenic Highway. Next town ahead. Long shot by the sea. Sounds promising. No juice. Dad used to say, a flawless establishment needs flawless window panes. Does it ever rain here anyway? No way. A hidden replacement key. That was too easy. As if it wanted to be found. At least the cold chain is unbroken. I wish. It's frozen shut. My tires should still last a couple of miles. Hansen's ice cream. I used to love it when I was little. If it wasn't for the sand and rubble, the impenetrable darkness, the legions of bugs, and that awful smell of gasoline everywhere, this sure could make a nice place for a picnic. Somebody forgot their toolbox. This loot box contains only some rusty pliers. It fits. Hello? Anybody in there? I could really use some gas. It's pitch black. I can't even see my own hands. There's something funny about that picture. Oops! A hidden switch. This must be the main fuse. I know this image. Daytona Beach Race 58. What an event. The landscape on that picture vaguely reminds me of home. Extra large, no refill. Looks dusty. All I have left are a few Deutschmarks. Pretty useless out here anyways. Again that ghastly tune. Electrical cables. Zip. Cold as ice. Exactly what I need. There you go. Have some Kool-Aid. Now they are working again. Drink up. You must be dying of thirst. Good to go. But which way? If I only had a clue where I am. This is the end of nowhere. I wonder if these postcards would ever reach their destination. This one shows a map of the area. I'll take it with me. Quite off the beaten track. Done. Finally, we can make off again. Oh, come on. Start already. It's that darn oil pump again. Looks like we'll be stuck here for a while.
The right place. When's the next bus back to the city? Beverly, I have arrived. I feel spewed out into the most barren, dark void of Europe. All things considered, this could most likely be the best vacation ever. Feeling chilled out already. The next city is like 1,000 miles away. Ah, yes. That's where I am. The bus stop. My gateway to the outside world. Brr, looks cold. Its heydays are over. Paddleboat rental. 1 hour, 1 Deutschmark. Hades. Paddleboat rental, souvenirs, fishing supplies. Club. A hiking map of the region. The upper section has been torn off. I wonder what that is. Arrived at destination after a short walk. Truberbrook, a tranquil little town. Seems a bit run down. I must say, Beverly, I absolutely fell in love with this town already. Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood. This bucket seems to have been hung here for purely decorative reasons. That is one strange-looking cat. That's probably the town's landmark. There's a selection of local charcuterie on display. Würstebrei, Stippgrütze, Schlagte Platte, Pothoeke, Tote Oma. The mysterious village. Who is into this kind of stuff? Beverly, I discovered the local movie theater, Mobius Palace. The favorite genres around here appear to be Western and noir. The time-traveling machine. Complete nonsense from a quantum mechanical perspective. Small ads, postings, announcements. They're holding a town fair soon. Exciting. Evening.
Hey. Nobody there, huh?
Doesn't seem so. That's quite a few fishing rods they have there. Please ring bell for service. We only serve small pots of coffee outside the restaurant. Look at all these beautiful people. Must be some kind of ancestral gallery. Where is everyone?
I saw someone here just a minute ago.
They don't seem to have many bookings. All the keys are still there. Hello? I'm not going to give up.
Good afternoon. How can I help you, darling?
There's a room reserved for me. You know the lottery? I won a stay over here.
You won? How can you win a stay in Truberbrook?
Well, actually, I don't really remember taking part in any lottery myself. Yet I received this winning notification.
What was the name again?
Hans Tannhauser. Dr. Hans Tannhauser.
Tannhauser, 11hauser. Oh, Dr. Hans Tannhauser. Oh yes, here we have it.
Say, is it a quiet room?
Seeking some peace and quiet,
Well, I'm working on a text and I could really use some serenity.
Text? Are you a kind of writer or something?
I'm a physicist. Right now, I'm writing a paper on quantum physics.
I've heard worse. You arrived just in time for the big anniversary celebration. Truberbrook is a bit noisier than usual around these days. But apart from that, I'd say you have nothing to worry about in terms of disturbance. Here's your key, Dr. Tannhauser. My name is Trude, by the way.
If you don't mind, where are all the other guests?
Let's put it this way. The season in Truberbrook is already over.
I get the impression the season has been over for some time. What?
Please, you've got to help me.
Did that guy just disappear with my paper? Something unusual happened. There was an uninvited guest in my room tonight. Now that he's escaped, I'm going to chase him down. What a mess. I don't want to mess up the crime scene. What is this? Some kind of goo. Where did he go? Even more of that strange goo. The traces lead outside. Darkest night. In the pale starlight, this village appears to be composed of jagged silhouettes and loneliness. A trail of goo. The thief must have left it behind. The trail leads further uptown.
Hey there. Taking a little night stroll?
Someone was in my room.
You only just got here and you already have secret admirers?
No, it was a burglar. I think.
Well, I haven't seen anyone sneaking around here, but if I were you, I would probably follow these somewhat extremely obvious footprints.
You've got a point there. Please excuse me. This situation is growing aggravating. I followed the person who stole my notes into a kind of dead-end street. And now he's vanished. Picture me standing here at the edge of the world, stripped of my writings.
I wonder who on earth would steal a paper on quantum physics.
What's this trail of slime the burglar left behind?
Oh. I don't really want to know what he stepped in there. Do you like ghost stories? It is said that a Proto-Germanic cult used to live up here in the mountains. They prayed to the spirits of the forests. I know it's a long shot, but maybe this visitor of yours is one of those spirits?
Those Proto-Germans sure had a lot of imagination.
Nonsense, I was just trying to mess with you. What was your name again? Tenhauser? Name's Gretchen. I'm an anthropologist. In fact, those old Proto-Germanic ritual grounds just so happen to be my special subject. One of them is supposedly somewhere around here, though I haven't been able to find it yet.
Gretchen, well met. Now that's all well and good, but what am I going to do without my notes?
You know what? I'm going to help you track down that burglar. It looks like he escaped with one of the old gondolas. I bet he's hiding somewhere in the mountains, which, incidentally, is also where I was heading. Come on, you're a scientist. You're coming with me now and you're going to help me find this ritual site. Who knows, maybe you'll even find your evil spirit there. The one with an interest in quantum whatchamacallits. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. So what do you say? You with me? Ha! I knew you had the spirit of adventure in you. Are you ready to go? I'm ready to go. The early bird catches the worm and all that. We have to find a way up the mountain. It would be easiest if we used a cable car. I reckon that's also what our friend thought.
The cable car doesn't exactly appear to be in pristine condition. What do you think?
Don't worry, I'm sure I can fix this. I can't fix this. The master key is missing and a weasel damaged the electric mains.
Maybe it was the burglar who did this.
The plan. I'll hold the position and try my best. Why don't you take a look around town? We need the master key for the cable car. Also, we need to override the broken mains. Think you can remember that?
I'll try to remember.
Let's go. This is going to be fun.
These binoculars should provide an excellent view of the opposite lakeshore. I have to insert a coin first. I wonder what that is. Locked.
High voltage. There's got to be a way we can fix this.
It's a well-known fact that weasels have a dangerously loving affection towards all sorts of cables. The present case suggests a rather impressive specimen, judging by the thickness of the cable. Last resort, self-termination.
Are you okay? Do you have brain damage?
You can see all over the valley. From this distance, I can only imagine what's on the other shore. The platform further uptown presents a wonderful view of the valley. Leaning on this rusty rail, nose to the wind, I can let my gaze wander freely to the other shore and across the mountains. The local gondola lift's hauling cables seem to be intact, although there aren't any gondolas or mining carts attached to it. A smell of oil and soil lingers in the air. It's glowing red. It seems you need a special key to get the thing running.
Indeed, mastermind. Did you already ask around town? Maybe someone there has it.
I met a woman named Gretchen in Truberbrook. She is a fellow scientist. Gretchen studied anthropology in Vienna.
Could you please focus on the task at hand?
Hi.
Hey!
So, how long have you been here?
The day before yesterday. Feels much longer though. And just saying, the public transportation around here, Germany is a mess.
But then how did you get here?
Individual travel. By motorcycle, of course.
Why Truberbrook of all places? It's hard to find, even on a map. But I'm not from these parts after all.
I've been trying to pinpoint the exact location of those ritual grounds for a while now. And when I finally found them, I immediately took off. The people around here are nice. But also a little weird, don't you think?
Something about them seems a bit off, yeah.
Tell me about yourself.
What would you like to know?
So you're from the States, huh?
The United States of America.
Where from exactly?
Woodinville, Washington.
Never heard of it. Any bigger cities nearby that I might know?
Seattle, the rainy jewel of the Northwest. Heard of it?
Oh yes, I know the place. I was passing through some time ago.
You've been to the States?
Yes, once. That was a few years back though. Actually, I had come to New York to attend a conference. But then I got acquainted with some folks there and stayed a while longer.
A while longer? In New York City?
Not the whole time, no. Took a little road trip. First off to the New England states, Boston, Waterville, all the way up to Moosehead Lake, Mount Catharine and so on. Then Canada and the Midwest. Montreal, Toronto, Detroit, Chicago. On and on. Then Washington State. Sort of got stuck there. Oregon, down to San Francisco. Ah, those were the days.
Wow. You must have passed through Seattle on the way then.
Yes, maybe. And that's where you study?
No, I studied on the East Coast, the Cornell, Ithaca, under Dr. Schrodinger. Have you heard of him?
Ah, of course. Now I understand why you're on exchange in Germany.
Exchange? No, it's more of a coincidence. I won the trip.
You won?
Don't ask me. I've never taken part in any lottery.
Interesting. Uh-huh. So.
This old generator is running at maximum strength. It's even sending out sparks. Judging by the smell, this was used to transport cookies and lollipops. Hello? Anybody there? What was that? Time waits for no man, not even in Truberbrook. I discovered a modern telecommunication system further uptown. This might be important to anybody wondering if the world is still turning at the end of the line. Danger. High voltage. There's a clothesline up there, right under my window. Actually, it's quite a nice table.
Be careful! The table is wobbling terribly. You better keep your distance. This table has a horrible wobble. This table, it has a wobble. Everything's going down the drain around here.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Are you all right?
Please don't ask. I can't even savor my cognac as long as this terrible table keeps on wobbling.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
I've been wondering about that cable car.
I don't want to think about the old cable car. This wobbling table is simply unbearable. It's driving me crazy.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
You've got yourself a nice spot here.
It's heartbreaking to see the town in decline like this. Everything's going down the drain, just like this wobbly table.
Looks like it was struck by lightning the other night. Still looks in good condition, though. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tenhauser.
I'd like to report a theft. There was an uninvited guest in my room last night.
In our house? Oh dear, I'm so very sorry. Let me call the police immediately.
Thanks.
I will keep you informed.
This establishment you call your own has quite the charm.
A family business for more than 75 years. Actually, I took over the guest house together with my brother. But now it's just me and my little daughter.
Being the only guest, I was wondering, how's the season going so far?
Season? We haven't had one in ages.
So what happened to your brother?
The only interest that scoundrel had was in his bottles. In the end, that good-for-nothing took a half too much of his Bolzenschuss and just made off.
I've heard enough. Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
Can you tell me something about the old cable car?
The cable car leads up to the old mine. It used to belong to the Baron von Sülz. Then this company from overseas forced him to sell it.
Who exactly is this Baron von Sülz?
Baron von Sülz used to run the mine, a philanthropist and patron of the arts. His wife was a flamboyant Baroness von Sülz. You must have heard of her. Anyway, when the company took over the mine, the Baroness dropped him as well and left the Baron behind. A broken man. Now his cat is his only remaining pleasure.
What were they mining for? Do you know?
An old silver mine, so nothing a quantum physicist would be interested in. It's been a few years, back in the days, when there was enough work for everyone. Then this company took over the mine, only to shut it down immediately.
So why did they shut down the mine?
There is talk and rumors all over the town. Allegedly, people started disappearing without a trace. Tourists, poor laborers without families, the odd stranger. Some folks were also talking about toxic residues in the air and the water. But nobody knows anything with certainty. If you ask me, I'm just glad the whole affair has come to an end. All those rumors have kept spa guests away for years, as you can see for yourself.
What about this mysterious company you were talking of?
They are called Millennium Cooperative or something like that. A very dubious corporation. They have connections to the top, if you know what I mean. Way up to the highest circles of power.
What became of the people working the mine?
More and more outsiders came to town. Nobody knows what they were actually doing in the mines. Some went missing, some went crazy. Who can tell? At one point, they even bought the old sanitarium in order to provide housing for their workers. That was before the mine shut down, of course.
I've heard enough. Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tenhauser. By the way, the buffet is open. Please help yourself.
Now where would this lead to? Locked. She seems very focused. Hey. She's almost in a trance. Science fiction. Something involving spaceships. Hey. She's almost in a trance.
Please don't stand there.
Excuse me, didn't mean to. What's that you're watching?
Never seen a TV before?
Coming up next, a new episode of Rocket Ship Andromeda.
Have you been living under a rock? With a TV set, you can take journeys to other worlds. Now that I think of it, I have never seen you here before. Are you from another world as well?
You bet I am. My name is Hans. I just arrived from Berlin.
Hey Hans, I'm Leni. My mom owns the place.
70,000 light years from home, the rocket ship has stranded in star system Omega 3.
Is Berlin also in star system Omega 3?
Berlin is located right in the middle of Brandenburg, so it is worlds apart.
Brandenburg? Never heard of it.
Star Cybernetation Commander Aurora is searching for a way back home.
And what do you do for a living? Are you a famous cybernetician too?
I'm a quantum physicist.
And what? Anyways, I'm going to be a star cybernetician.
Only Commander Aurora can disintegrate the even Rolands into thin air with her space beams.
So, do you Berlinalians have any special powers? Can you make things disappear?
I can make incredible amounts of candy disappear.
I can do that too.
Stay tuned, folks. We will be right back after a few consumer-oriented product endorsements.
My uncle knew how to make things disappear as well. I also know where, but I mustn't tell anyone on Earth.
Your uncle was a wizard?
Wizards? They aren't even real.
So, what do I have to do to make you tell me?
There's only one thing I can think of. Can you prove you're not an Earthling?
I'll think of something. Is that a maggot? It's having a good time. Modern cuisine. A lump of minced meat in the shape of a hedgehog, garnished with spike-resembling breadsticks. Toast Hawaii. Cheese skewers. Looks a bit shabby. I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trash. But I... Note to self, the buffet in this guest house is an obvious case for the public health department. This can must have fallen off the table. A dim oil painting showing a couple of withering roses in a vase. Some of the varnish is starting to come off. How poetic. There's something funny about that clock. Before you even know, the world lies in ruins. I hope this isn't a bad omen. There's something lying on the floor. It's a massage rod. Somebody must have misplaced it. The weather has brightened up. Fresh air is still the preferable way to dry your laundry. Maybe somebody hid their money in there. Supplemental. I'm afraid the condition of my room is far below expected. No. I don't want to mess up the crime scene. At least it seems the burglar didn't rummage through the cabinet. Just a hanger. Hanging dead animals on your wall is a bit eccentric. This muddle of spots and drips is probably telling more about the room's many previous occupants than I'd wish to know. It might be able to support a glass of beer, but not this table. Actually, it just needs one more mew. My father used to say, the only thing more stable than a beer coaster was 2 beer coasters. And I think I finally understand what he meant. Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Ah, never mind.
Oh, thanks. For me?
I found it under the bed.
And now you want to, let's say, pawn this device in exchange for a fishing rod?
Yes, that sounds like a good deal.
Just be sure to bring it back, will you?
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tenhauser.
Have you talked to the police yet?
I gave the officer an outline of the crime. It's only going to be a matter of hours before someone will attend to the issue.
What do you mean, a matter of hours?
The police station is right next town, but as you know, that's quite the distance. We have to be patient. As soon as the inspector has solved his current case, he will start working on yours straight away.
Keep me up to date.
I will let you know if there are any new developments.
I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tenhauser.
Hilarious the Unready, Margrave of Truberbrook.
Conqueror of the Dragon, Savior of Truberbrook, yep. In the year of our Lord, 1250.
Looks like it was struck by lightning the other night. Still looks in good condition, though.
I don't think it's in the mood for that right now. This cat again. Good idea. I only need some bait. Subject, species reintroduction. Although I can't return the tuna to the wild as long as it's in the can. Locked.
I'll save you, my little friend. Look, this is the star log I'm using to stay in contact with my home planet. Just met human child Lenny, keeper of a cosmic secret.
Awesome. Is this a Starlog for real? May I please?
My pleasure.
This is Lenny of Planet Earth speaking. My uncle had a secret stash hidden under a loose plank in room 3.
Room 3? That happens to be my room.
Room 3 used to be where my uncle Heinz lived.
And where is your uncle now?
My mom says he is now living on planet No Good.
Huh. There there really is a hidden stash below. Loads of useless junk, and an almost empty bottle of schnapps. I'll only take the schnapps. Bolts and shoes. Well then, good catch.
What the? Can opener?
I don't think it's in the mood for that right now. Locked.
It might be able to support a glass of beer, but not this table. Actually, it just needs one more mew. My father used to say, the only thing more stable than a beer coaster was 2 beer coasters. I think I finally understand what he meant. This leads to the rooms.
I don't want to mess up the crime. Hi.
Hey,
I wonder what interest the burglar has in my paper.
presumably not the brightest candle on the cake. Who else would steal a paper on quantum physics?
About the cable car,
And you really want to go up there?
Why, are you afraid? Whatever we find over there could be of great importance to the Institute of Anthropology. Come on already! And that cable car looks sturdy enough, doesn't it?
What kind of a cult is it you're looking for precisely?
A Proto-Germanic cult here in the mountains. Proto-Germanic meaning before the Germans. Anyway, this place is supposed to have been a holy site to those Proto-Germans, where they made contact with their gods. Exciting, huh?
About this cult, were they dangerous?
Tannhauser, they're all dead by now. The thing about spirits, that was a joke, okay?
Okay. We might as well have a cup of coffee before we leave.
Tannhauser, I can't help the feeling you're not 100% behind our mission. It's very important for my research to reach the top of this mountain. Maybe we'll find your notes up there as well.
Notes? It is a timeless masterpiece.
Okay, I'll try to come up with something.
Anything else I can help you with?
No thanks. That'll be all for now. Well then, bye.
Bye. See you soon.
I wouldn't know how. Good idea, Hans, but that doesn't work at all. I'm sure this will take us up the mountain.
You're a funny man, Tannhauser. I like it.
I've already made an entry on this.
The local gondola lift's hauling cables seem to be intact, although there aren't any gondolas or mining carts attached to it. A smell of oil and soil lingers in the air.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Are you all right?
Please don't ask. I can't even savor my cognac as long as this terrible table keeps on wobbling. You better keep your distance.
Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood. A beautiful, healthy tree.
Acer platanus, the sycamore maple.
That's some sturdy, full-grown reed. Now it's a case for the metal restorer. I professionally disassembled this town's landmark, an old set of armor, in a fit of passion.
Note to self, make another appointment with the clinical psychologist.
This crumbling socket looks much nicer without the cheesy armor on top. I don't want to frighten him. Voila. There's a current again.
I'll just leave it like that. No, Hans, that would be a really bad idea. Locked. Locked.